His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Oh well," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. This could be the great Trojan horse of all time. Because you look at the migration, study it, look at it. Now they'll start infiltrating with women and children. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in, by now you might have died." She stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. "I saved you," cried the woman, "and you've bit me, heavens why. You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die." "Oh, shut up, silly woman," said the reptile with a grin. "You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in."
Welcome to the INFOWARS Nightly News. Thank you for joining us on this July 4th weekend. I'm joined in studio by Joe Biggs and also Michael Zimmerman. We're going to be talking about some of the things that have happened, not just this year, but pretty much our INFOWARS experience as we go around the country. We go to various events, rallies, and sometimes they turn into flat-out riots. Now, one of the things we've been covering quite extensively here over the past year, the things going on at these Donald Trump rallies. Some of them are very peaceful, some of them not so much. So, Joe Biggs, let's talk about your experience. Start off in Dallas and some of the things that you saw there.
Yeah, so the actual first Trump rally we ever attended was myself and Matt Weber. It was a little over a year ago. It was his first rally. It was in Dallas. And, we went inside. It was pretty intense. The crowd was reacting really good. And I had no idea what was happening on the outside. I didn't know there was going to be protests at it, really. I mean, we just went to go cover Trump speaking.
Right.
And, we walk out and Weber's getting his camera stuff ready, and all you see are these cops on horses, and they're like jumping up and down, and there's probably 100, 150 people maybe out there in front of the police line screaming and yelling, waving these Mexican flags, and you saw some of the communist flags and Black Lives Matter and all that, and I'm sitting there like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
For this?
A rally.
For a rally? And it just spiraled out of control from there. I mean, we've all covered almost every single one of them. Between the three of us and Josh Owens and Rob Dew, things have got intense, and they've gotten downright violent, and the propaganda being pushed by the mainstream media about what's really going on has gotten so out of control that so many people are confused about what's really going on at these rallies. The fact that people are trying to go in and out to go see a presidential candidate speak, and yet what's happening as they come out, they're being spit on, harassed, assaulted. It's crazy.
It definitely is that. Now, Michael, I know we've gone to some of these things as well, and you've also gone to ones that I wasn't there. So can you tell us about some of those experiences?
Yeah, one recent one was in Richmond, Virginia. You had a bunch of communist protesters show up there waving their, communists or anarchists, they're waving their flags around, and they just started attacking these Trump supporters that are walking through. And I think what you're talking about, this media narrative, has really got out of control. They're trying to blame this on these Trump supporters that are just trying to go hear a politician speak. And they show up to these events and they're getting attacked.
It's empowering these people that go out and carry out these attacks because they know nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
They turn on the TV at the end of the night to get like that rush, that high, like, did I make the cut? Am I on there? And all they hear is peaceful protesters clash with racist Donald Trump supporters. And these guys are like, wow, I just punched somebody. I damn near killed somebody, and I got away with it, and no one's saying anything. Let's keep doing this. And from there, it exploded.
Well, you see the media spin, because when Michael and myself went out to Albuquerque, that was a scenario where the Trump supporters, they went into the building rather, fine, calm. But then you had a group of protesters, demonstrators, who came out there and they rushed the barricades. They run up to the front door, start trying to kick in the door, and it just got worse from there. Let's take a look at that video.
Happy to be there right now. Protesters have thrown down the barricades and they're trying to breach the building. INFOWARS.com.
And that's just one aspect of what happened that night.
Yeah, the behavior of these people is just frankly disgusting. They were screaming at families, fathers carrying their young daughters, yelling, "F you, your kid is gonna burn in Trump's camps." I mean, these people are just so far out there. A lot of them, being bussed in. We talked to one guy as we were leaving, one of the more violent protesters that we saw. You and I both saw him throwing rocks. And he's like, "Oh man, I missed my bus."
Yeah, that guy was ridiculous because, we were out there, and this isn't the guy who hit me with a rock. This is a different guy. But he's out there throwing rocks and stuff at the cops. I'm like, so when they start shooting the gas and, possibly rubber bullets, you're going to be on the front line when they start, firing back. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to be here." And then what does he do in the back of the night? He's way back there behind everybody else. And this is the mentality of the people who go out there to these events.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's a thrill for them, maybe. I don't think they actually believe that they're accomplishing anything. I think it's these people who just want to be violent for the sake of violence.
It's an excuse to act violent.
Right. Well, same thing, like you were talking about Ferguson earlier, and, people will riot and they'll burn down, shops and businesses that are owned by the neighborhood in their community. It's your neighborhood.
And that's a good way to segue because Biggs and I, we went out to Ferguson. And one of the things that was very interesting the night they gave the verdict on the officer, what was going to happen to him. The guy, I believe it's Michael Brown's stepdad, he jumps up in the car, he's like, "Let's burn this mother effer down." And then he goes home. Yeah. And then people start burning stuff down. Guys are raiding cell phone shops like, "I got to do this for Michael Brown." I'm like, you didn't do any of this for Michael Brown.
I was standing in front of the fire department. Remember? Because I was doing the show live. I was sitting there walking around, I had the tripod or whatever set up. And as soon as he said that, because they were right in the road in front of us, and he stand up on that car, it was him and his wife, which was Michael Brown's mom or whatever. They were sitting there, and he jumps up and screams. And then all you saw was everyone disperse, just run. All the people who knew what was about to happen, all the people that stayed were media, cops, and the people that were there to burn that town down, and they did that. I remember glass shattering across the street at that cell phone spot. Then someone threw a bottle over my head, and it shattered. Remember that glass at the fire department behind me? And I'm sitting here like, wow, this is about to happen. That's what some of the most intense rioting I think any of us have been to. but it's gotten close, like Costa Mesa. Josh Owens, those guys were down there. People jumping in the cars like we saw in Ferguson, doing donuts, almost hitting bystanders. I mean, that's out of control.
Bloodying the faces of Trump supporters.
Yeah, hitting people in the face. I mean, this kid was just like dripping blood.
Yeah.
Why? For what? Because you want to make America Mexico again? Get the F out of here.
Well, and
look, here's what happens in a war. You lose. The people who win take the land. That's how it is. Get over it. Don't be a sore loser. This is not going to be Mexico again. This is America. 4th of July. Roger that.
That's real sad. He's against you. Why will you support a racist?
Tell me what he said about
He's
African
going to
Americans.
send you back to Africa. That's what he said. He said send Mexicans back to Mexico. You are a disgrace to America for being a young black man supporting a racist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's sad.
That's awesome.
How does your parents feel about you holding a Trump sign?
They're Trump fans too.
Where they disgrace to America too, because he doesn't like you or your
All my
parents.
friends are immigrants. I have 3 friends.
Yeah, you didn't answer our question.
And they're happy.
What has he said?
He said send Mexicans back to Mexico.
No, he said
don't let Muslims here.
Yeah, he said.
Why?
Are you gonna let me talk or are you gonna yell?
No, I'm telling you because you
you're
holding
gonna
this
yell.
Trump
You're gonna
sign
yell.
and you
So we
need
can't
to be
have an
taught.
educated conversation, can we? We cannot do that, right?
And then kids are telling you against your own people.
She just
about
graduated
all
high school, so
that.
she's not a kid no more. Okay.
What would you tell him when a racist tell him send Mexicans back to Mexico? What would you tell a young black man?
I only believe that he's going to send illegals back.
Yeah, exactly.
He said in
That's
your
what he
face,
said.
send Mexicans back to
He said
Mexico.
illegals.
Just illegals.
Illegals.
Illegals only. And
Please.
he's
His
not
wife
legal.
is not legal. She's from Europe.
She's legal.
How she was born in Europe?
Okay,
Why
but
would
she
her
has a U.S.
husband be running for president? If
But she has U.S. citizenship, so that's just because she was born in another country does not mean she has a legal citizenship.
That's
fine, you don't have to.
real lad. If he's
And I can say the same
elected,
thing about
he
you, but I
would
would
be
not say that
against
because I have
you
a
because of
bigger
your
mindset
skin
and I'm
color,
only
young
16,
man.
and you're probably like 30-something, but
I
you're
believe in
yelling
Black
at a
Lives Matter.
16-year-old
He's against
for his
black
candidate.
people.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
go listen to him
Yeah.
speak, and he'll prove you wrong. There are many black people who support Trump.
Plenty of
We
them.
came with it.
I think his VP
So
might be
many?
black.
How many?
Oh, how about you once at that rally, you see a lot of
Yeah,
black
we saw a
people.
lot.
You know what?
The media won't show you that, though.
In there, gonna stand up against Trump.
You
More
sure,
black.
sure about that? Sure about that?
Black people that he asked his security guards to kick out of the rally.
Oh, and Valdosta State?
Yeah.
Talking about,
Yeah.
they were protesting against him.
Yeah, and what is that?
You cannot protest in a rally. Then why would you do that?
Right, it's freedom of speech.
We don't go to your rally. We don't go to your rally. He does the same thing to white people too. So I don't understand. He does the exact same thing to white people too. So
And that makes it okay.
I mean, if you're gonna protest against us, yeah.
They don't let Trump supporters like freely protest.
Okay.
You should go get educated on what's
Oh,
important.
I'm very educated, ma'am. I'm very educated.
We're being
Thank you.
educated.
Really
That's
sad.
why we came.
Sad that you're brainwashed.
Because we learned about our
Sad. It's sad
What'd
that
you
you're
graduate with?
brainwashed.
What's your degree?
Where'd you graduate with?
That's not the question.
Yes, it is.
The question.
Are you educated in economics? Are you educated in any sort of political background?
I've worked on many campaigns, and it's so sad.
It's very vague.
It's very
What
sad.
campaign?
very sad that
I
you're being
worked
so
for our
vague.
president twice.
Okay. One of the worst guys ever. But okay.
Oh yeah, one of the worst guys ever. Let's look at the condition of our
This
country.
country
8
was
years.
built on love, not hate. Donald Trump is a hater.
That's fine.
He's a racist.
He's not. He's not.
He is a racist.
He's getting
You know this country is built on religion too,
Yeah,
not
this
religion.
He believes in hate.
You know this country
Do
is
you
built on
know the
religion.
history of his grandfather and father?
my
They was KK members.
This-
They own real estate
How do you know
in
that?
New York.
How do you know that?
Go